such an asshole.
I like getting requests from Rush because it's short and sweet. Dear Clary, what are your thoughts on the Coyote versus Acme fiasco? Sincerely, Rush. I had to say, what the hell is that? So I looked it up and I found it on Wikipedia, which is, like not news, not real news, not real German. It's not the truth, but it's a place to start. If you want the basics, I guess you could start at Wikipedia, but it's leftist history. It's biased. It's not history. It's unemployed people chronicling the world as they want to see it. Coyote versus Acme is an unreleased American live action animated legal comedy film directed by Dave Green, written by Sammy Birch, based on a story by Birch, James Gunn, and Jeremy Slater. The film is based on the 1990 magazine article Coyote versus Acme, published in The New Yorker by Ian Fraser, which itself is based on the cartoon character Wile E. Coyote and the Acme Corporation from the Looney Tunes and Merry Melody series of cartoons. These are cartoons before they went to shit. The cast includes John Cena, Will Forte, Lana Condor, PJ Byrne, Tone Bell, Martha Kelly, and the voice of Eric Bauza. Well, wait. He can't talk, can he? Isn't that how the Coyote can't talk? Wile E. Coyote. Oh, wait, no, he does talk. Super genius. And the Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote, he never talks. It's just the Roadrunner going, meep, meep. But then when he goes up against Bugs Bunny, he's always, Wile E., you genius. You know who they should have had? Who they really should have had if Wile E. Coyote does talk in this would have been, why can't I think of the guy's name? Fraser Crane is the character he plays, not the actor. Oh, why can't I think of his name? He's known. Oh, Graham? No. Oh, fuck. But that guy who acts like Fraser. Because Wile E. Coyote, when he talked, he was like, Wile E. Coyote, you genius. It would be perfect. Development began in August of 2018 with Chris McKay as producer. No one knows. Just look. I know you Wikipedia people have fucking nothing going on in life. And you want to write about all your friends. Nobody knows who any of these people are. I don't know who Ian Fraser is. I don't know who Sammy Birch is. I don't know who Dave Green is. I don't know who Chris McKay is. Nobody knows who these people are. And John and Josh Silberman writing the screenplay. Green was hired to direct December 2019, and Birch, Slater, and Junn going the following year. Cena, Forte, and Condor were cast in early 22. Live action filming took place in New Mexico from March to May of 2020. Why not Utah? That's where it happened. Wile E. Coyote and the Rona, it's Utah and bits of Arizona, not New Mexico. Maybe if you got your northwest corner of New Mexico, but that's more Utah and Arizona. Warner Brothers Discovery shelved Coyote versus Acme in December of 2023 to obtain a $30 million tax write-down. They have already written off the expenses. They just recognize the losses is what they're doing. Never mind. Making it the third film shelved by Warner Brothers after Batgirl and Scoob Holiday Haunt. That's right. Didn't Warner Brothers get like a new guy? He said enough of the horse shit. We're making good stuff again. No more DEI, a girl boss, or any of that. Following a public backlash, Warner Brothers allowed the filmmakers to shop the film to other distributors. In February of 2024, following unsuccessful negotiation with potential buyers, Warner Brothers Discovery again considered shelving the film and claiming a tax loss, although as of March 2024, it was reported by Birch that conversations within Warner Brothers Discovery were still ongoing as to whether or not the film would be released. Plot. After every product made by the Acme Corporation has backfired on Wile E. Coyote in his pursuit of the Roadrunner, a down-and-out billboard human attorney represents Wile E. in his lawsuit to sue Acme. A growing friendship between Wile E. Coyote and his lawyer motivates their determination to win the court case as it pits them against the intimidating boss, Wile E.'s lawyer's former law firm, who now represents Acme. All right, you know what? There's worse shit out there. You spent $250 million on literally lesbian space witches. All right. Yeah, I don't know what you're spending on the latest video game. Why not? Why not? Why couldn't this get funding? I don't think it'd be any good. I don't think it'd be bad either. It's a clever idea, but it steps out of the character. Like you're leaving Looney Tunes. Do you really want to see Wile E. Coyote? So if they did it right, I could see it being a cute, fun movie. Why not? Come on. Now, Warner Brothers, they have The Jerk. The one of the greatest speeches delivered in Hollywood was by Philip Seymour Hoffman and Patch Adams, where he says, "You know what? I want the prick. I want the guy, who's the asshole because he takes it seriously." And it sounds like they got a serious guy's like, "Nope, we're turning this around. We're not going to lose money." And so it is unfair to say, "Come on, Warner Brothers. Look at all the shit Disney spent the money on." And Warner Brothers rightly says, "Yeah, look at all the shit they spent billions on. We're not doing that here." But in the grand scheme of all of Hollywood, oh my God, yeah, that would be better than what you guys are coming up with. Sure. Why not? Let me guess, there's going to be another Space Girl, boss? Ooh, dang. Are we going to have another, like, mixed race swap, Marvel, boring, fourth tier? No one's ever heard of these superhero more, really? Why not? Wile E. Coyote versus Acme. I mean, it looks like they're doing the Framing Roger Rabbit thing. Technology should be pretty good. Development and writing. Oh, how long is this entry? Oh my God. Oh, okay. It's just references. All right. In August 2018, Warner Brothers Pictures announced the development of Wile E. Coyote project titled Coyote versus Acme. Well, let's get back there. Here we go. With the Lego Batman movie director Chris McKay as producer and John and Josh Silberman writing the script mid 2019. Well, I already read all that. November 2022. Foghorn Leghorn, Granny, Sylvester, and the cat Tweety were confirmed to be in the film. In December 2022, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd, and Yosemite Sam were also confirmed to be in the film. Porky Pig. Well, what the hell? Just going to do Space Jam all over? David and Goliath, cynical, casual cruelness of capitalism and corporate greed. Filming. Principal photography took place March to May in 2022 in Albuquerque, New Mexico, with Brandon Trott serving as cinematographer. Creative team acknowledged Who Framed Roger Rabbit as a reference for the film's first live-action interaction with animated characters. Visual effects, music, release. Initial cancellation here. Let's go to this. On November 9th, 2023, Warner Brothers officials announced that the film was completed, but they would not release it because Warner Brothers Discovery preferred to claim the tax loss of about $30 million. All right, so let me explain what's happening here. All right. A lot of people would say, well, the film is done. Why don't they just release it into the movie theaters? Because there's now marketing costs. That's the main reason. There's marketing costs that they'd have to incur. And when they did the cost-benefit analysis, they realized that, all right, we're already $70 million in the hole, which with accounting will bring about a $30 million tax benefit. Like you get to write it off against other income. Or we could spend more money advertising it and lose even more money than we've already lost on it now. So it's not that the federal government is going to give Warner Brothers $70 million and $30 million on top of it back. Warner Brothers has already spent it, and instead of trying to make this finish, it's like, oh, we got a car, yeah, but now there's maintenance and gas. The maintenance and the gas over the life of that car is going to cost more than if you just sell the car now. Does that make a little bit more sense? The crew was not informed of the decision until after the film was completed. The move drew criticism from filmmakers, animation outlets, and talent representatives. Several filmmakers left angry phone calls with Warner Brothers expressing their frustration with the move. Well, they can do it like to video, straight to video or streaming or whatever. Others also canceled meeting with the studio. Many noted that the film had drawn praise at test screenings and interest from potential buyers. Director Dave Green voiced his disappointment over the film's cancellation, further emphasizing his love for the Looney Tunes and writing that we were all determined to honor the legacy of these historic characters and actually get them right. Here I have a sincere question, and I have no reason to suspect this guy, Dave Green. Was there woke shit in it? That's what I'm wondering. And the new Warner Brother head guy said, "No, done. No woke shit." Really? Did you mix politics of any variety into this show? Is there a it sounds like an awfully simple, happy, funny movie that we could all like, right? But then when people saw it at the head say, "Okay, now you got a hand on the hip, look out, up to the hand." Was there any of that shit? Because you're saying it doth protest too much. I was honoring the legacy of the character. Were you? I don't suspect it, but I gotta ask. Uh, actually get them right. I'm sorry, sir. You'll forgive me if I doubt that Hollywood is going to get any legacy characters right. You got to forgive me for being suspicious of you. On November 13th, 2023, Puck wrote Warner Brothers Discovery leaders had reversed the decision and allowed the filmmakers the option to shop the film to other distributors. Deadline Hollywood reported that Amazon, MGM Studios, Apple Studios, and Netflix were interested in buying the distribution rights to the firm. The Wrap reported that despite interest from distributors to buy the firm, there are currently no hard offers and that Green is crafting his own PR campaign. On December 8th, Deadline Hollywood further reported that the film had been screened for more studios, including Paramount Pictures and Sony Pictures. Of these, Netflix and Paramount had made bids. Come on, they make bids. Buy it from them. Come on, you're wasting more time and money than what's gonna just. It's a $70 million film. That's peanuts by today's standards. PD spends more on dildos, and you guys spend more on underage. Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset all you Hollywood people who are associated with Epstein and the Democrats. You're the ones that fucking bring up the suspicion, not me. No one would have said, "Hey, there's an island." Oh yeah, what goes on there? Like who would come up with that? Paramount bids later theatrical component. Amazon was still interested despite making no formal bids. And Sony Apple were not planning to make bids. Oh my god! Oh, this for a movie. In January 2024, Eric Balza posted the first official image on the film. Reported that Warner Bros. Discovery rejected the bids from Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount. The company wanted 75 to 80 million to sell the film, but no distributors met the price. And Warner Brothers, well, yeah, how 80 million? Are they going to get their money back on that? Wait, are we concerned about profit now? I thought the only currency was minority genitalia that was not straight. I thought that was the unit of currency in the United States. Minority genitalia that's not straight. That's our new wampum. That's our new shekels. That's our new dollar. We don't need money. Come on, it's dollars. That's not real money. We got Twitter likes. Come on. Discovery rejected counter bids. Company considered shelving and deleting the film, which remained in limbo at the time, and again claiming it as a tax loss following the Q4 2023 earnings call. Warner Brothers took a $115 million write-down while not directly confirming the cancellation on the film. Well, if they do sell it, they'd have to reverse that. I forgot what that's called. Chad would know, but there's we wrote this down. That asset had no value. We wrote it off, and we took the tax deduction. But if all of a sudden you get money for it, well, then you got to give back the tax deduction because it has value. Made a gain on it. On March 10th, 2024, during red carpet for the 96 Academy Awards, Birch said conversations are still ongoing with Warner Brothers. Yeah, we hope it'll somehow find its home and not end up stuck in a vault for the rest of time. Spokesperson told New York Times that while the fate of the film is unclear, it remains available for acquisition. There's just more stuff going on. Then I found an article here from NPR. Warner Brothers shelved Coyote versus Acme. Here's why some finished films are mothballed. back in November. Some actual journalism on a part of the NPR. Well, good. You guys got your one real article done for the year. Go back to sucking Democrat dick. It's really small. Back in November, Warner Brothers Discovery announced it was not planning to release Coyote versus Acme, a hybrid animated live action comedy starring John Cena and Will Forte that had wrapped filming a year earlier. With the relaunch of Warner Brothers Pictures Animation in June, the studio shifted its global strategy to focus on theatrical leases, the Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group said in a statement at the Hamilton Reporter. In 2022, the studio axed the Batgirl movie after spending some $90 million on production, saying it was part of Warner Bros. Leadership strategic shift as it relates to the DC Universe and HBO Max. Well, here's another thing between Batgirl and the Wile E. Coyote. Wile E. Coyote, I think it's a financial move. If they release Batgirl, that would be bad PR on top of it, which would cost them money, but you wouldn't know how to count it. There's no way to tally up what the reputational damage to Warner Brothers would be if you release something that bad. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav said during an earnings call at the time in which he discussed the shelving of Scoob Holiday Haunt that we're not going to put a movie out unless we believe in it. I don't blame them. They're trying to rebuild their brand. Disney's going to have to do. I mean, if Disney wanted to, I don't care how many finished things they got. Just don't end it, man. Don't put that pain out there. The string of cancellations at Warner Brother in recent years has angered some fans of disappointed cast and crew members who worked on the project. It has also highlighted the power Hollywood studios have to call off projects that are potentially even entirely finished. The studio owns the completed product and all the work that makes up the completed product, and they're free to do whatever they want with it. Well, they paid for it. Said Chad Fitzgerald, Los Angeles-based entertainment lawyer, represents talents in disputes with studios. They're free to put it on a million screens worldwide. They're free to put it in a shelf in a closet and let it collect dust and forget about it, Fitzgerald said. Scrapping a completed project is often a financial decision. Warner Brothers didn't respond to NPR's question about why it's choosing not to release Coyote versus Acme, but the decision led many to wonder why the studio would retreat from a film that had already sunk an estimated $70 million into. Hollywood financial experts say that when studios scrap finished products, the decision usually comes down to money. Stephen Glazer, an accounting professor at UNC's Keenan Flagler Business School, y'all heard of that. Oh man, they're the rivals to the Keenan Flagler School of Business is our arch enemies of the Carlson School of Management. The Carlson School of Management douche canoes goes up against the Keenan Flagler Business School's douchebags. They have their border battling the where there's like 8 states between the two. Says film studios may predict that a movie won't perform well and cut their losses rather than sell it for a low price or spend any more money to market it. It could be that they're getting offers to distribute it, but they would be expected to market it to do some other things that would be extremely costly, he said. It could be that streaming services are saying, well, you wouldn't have to market it, we'll buy it from you, but they're not offering much. Warner Brothers briefly relented and allowed filmmakers to shop around Coyote versus Acme to streaming companies, but the rep reported on February that the studio had rejected offers from Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount. I don't even think it's personal. I think they do. They have financial analysts that look at their cost of capital, say we need to make this much to like have any kind of rate of return to our investors, or at this particular case, we got to minimize the loss. No, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Let me open this up on the side, make sure it doesn't play. All right. Might do that next. There's an ad for a Minneapolis building downtown. Studios may also want to avoid a scenario in which they release the movie and audiences dislike it. Yeah, withholding a film allows executives to sidestep the potential low ticket sales and critical embarrassment of a flop. In the case of Coyote versus Acme, though, director Dave Green said on X, formerly Twitter, that it has been embraced by test audience who reward us with fantastic scores. I mean, really, compared to the garbage that's coming out, it can't look bad by comparison. Abandoning a project may also reflect the shifting priorities of a studio. After Warner Brothers and Discovery merged in 2022, Zaslav said the combined company was planning a reset of its DC Comics cinematic universe. Some media reports have speculated that Warner Brothers will take a tax write-off for Nixie Coyote versus Acme. Well, they are going to take the write-off. They have the expenses. Some critics interpreted this to mean the studio would benefit from sitting on the movie. In the film and TV term, the term Hollywood accounting has long been a tongue in cheek reference to the murky financial methods studios and other companies use to increase the profits, even when they claim projects. But no, that's just you people not understanding accounting and how tax write offs work. Warner Brothers didn't respond to NPR's question. Da. And then they talk about the people who really wanted it to happen. Yeah, in a desert, even an average movie with Wile E. Coyote would probably look good, but I think to the internal number crunchers over at Discovery, Warner Brothers, it wasn't worth it, which is sad. You should and I think they had the I don't think there was any malice or I want to do a vanity project. I think their hearts were all in the right place. The higher ups just said, I don't think there's a market here. And it's kind of reflected by the either low amount that the streaming services and studios didn't want to pay. I don't know if there's a scandal or a fiasco necessarily, but yeah, this is unfortunate. Sometimes this happens. All right, any super chats? We got no super chats. I already voted. I voted reluctantly Trump. Again, you all know I'm not a Trump fan. Kelsey Grammer. Thank you, Barbarous. Kelsey Grammer. And then pretty much this is especially even on amendments, a straight Republican. Usually I'll be a little bit more libertarian, like if there's social issues like abortion and all that. But I voted against the making abortion legal in South Dakota because women have treated men poorly in this country for quite some time. I'm like, no, you don't know. I'm done. You made an enemy. I'm sorry, ladies. I went against my principles. And then legalizing pot. I'm sorry, I saw what you potheads did to Denver and all you are. You're just a bunch of lazy people who don't want to work. You set up tent cities. I know responsible people do pot, but they're the minority. Sorry. Chuck Jones joked that Acme was an acronym for American Company Manufacturing Everything. I'm sorry you kids missed out on the good times, man. At one time, America made great fucking products. And Bugs Bunny and then Merry Melodies and Warner Brothers it was a great time. And that was even before my time, but just go watch the Wile E. Coyote. What my favorite is Foghorn Leghorn. I always like Foghorn Leghorn. I think he's the most him and Pepe Le Pew, but I think Foghorn Leghorn edges out Pepe Le Pew. And if you watch Pepe Le Pew, oh my God, he's a raisinist. A skunk that raisins a cat, which he does. And this is back when women liked men. It was charming to see a skunk chase a cat. Well, why does a skunk chase this cat? Because invariably the cat would get a stripe of white paint on its back, a girl cat. And then Pepe Le Pew thought it was a female skunk. And so he chased after her. And if you watch Pepe Le Pew, he is a devastatingly charming man. He is smooth. I mean, he actually is very much a Casanova, but he stinks. And the cat can't stand to be around him. You can't have that anymore because of the male gaze and basically liberal white women who hate fun. That's why you can't have that anymore. Oh, what a miserable life to be a liberal white woman. That's just got to be misery. He is a Southern gentleman. I say, come here, boy. Pay attention when I'm talking to you, son. Boy's about as sharp as a pound of wet leather. All right. That's it. Let's see you guys later. Toodles.